last time on Oz Hour.
Okay, last time on Oz Hour, everyone is turned back. They continue on their journey. They take the red wagon to some forest, or the old forest. They get dropped off by Ozma and Dorothy and continue their journey. What do they do in there? They're walking around. They're like, memories. Ah, we love this. And then... Oh my God. Okay, and then they run into a tin man, and they oil him up, and they realize that he is has a very similar storyline as the Tin Woodman, except he has a sword. And they oil him up, hear his story, and are like, okay, you like Nimmy Ammy too, cool, but it seems like she's still into me, so I'm actually the real Tin Man here. Let's be real. And then they take him on to their journey. Where do they go? Oh, they go to Nimmy. They go to Nimmy Ammy's place. It is abandoned, and then they're like, okay, we'll just go to. Oh my God, what's his name? The chick. Oh my God, what's his name? Chick. They go to his place. I forgot his name. And he has fucking dead body parts, fucking tin everywhere. It's giving Jeffrey Dahmer. And then they run into Nick Chopper's head. And he ends up being a fucking dick. And the Tin Woodsman is sad about it. And then they create the little guy, little Chop Chip. Oh my God. That guy. I don't remember any of their names. What's fucking new? They make him, and then oh my God. I just don't know anyone's name. I'm just gonna say he. But the guy, his house, he makes him an arm, and then that guy goes, and then they find out that what's her face, Nimmy Ammy, is at a mountain, and they are gonna go there. Done.
Hi there, and welcome to episode 82 of Oz Hour, the only place where you can hear everything you never knew about the wonderful and strange land of Oz.
That's right. With the help of some alcohol, we will be discussing each of the 14 books in L. Frank Baum's Wizard of Oz series.
Today, we will be continuing with Book 12, The Tin Woodman of Oz, covering chapters 19 and 20.
We're your hosts, Blake Stone
and Wyatt Swangham.
And joining us, as always, is our resident Oz initiate, Hannah Aguirre.
I've got the magic in me.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I was following the teleprompter. Ben Platt. Someone is fired today.
Hi, I'm a Nepo baby.
Oh, coming in strong from a pitch perfect run.
Hannah, you just did last time. Ben, you just did last time on. How long did that take?
Well, it being Ben Platt would explain why it was so long.
He wasn't here last time.
2 minutes and 23 seconds.
Ooh.
2 minutes and 23 seconds.
A quarter of 10 minutes.
I got overwhelmed a lot.
A couple of things I would like to clarify for our listeners. The Tin Soldier, pretty much, honestly, you were struggling with names.
Yeah.
So the Tin Soldier is named Captain Fighter. I really just want to clarify that because he's still with us.
Captain Fighter.
Captain Fighter comes with them so that Nimmy Ammy can choose which Tin Man she wants to marry. So that's the new mission now.
Yeah.
I see.
Which one is it going to be?
And neither of them has the right heart to love her, so both of them have the same thing, where they're like, we don't actually want to marry her, so it's both of them.
They're so annoying.
Also, not super important, but the Tinsmith's name is Kuklip. He created Chop Fit.
Chop Fit.
And Chop Fit's outfitted now
Half
with a
of
tin
Nick
arm.
Chopper, half of Captain Fighter. Also doesn't matter.
Chop Fit. Oh, yeah, because he's just gone now.
Yeah, he went off into the world.
The gang heads off to go find Nimmy Ammy not on Mount Mooch, but Mount Munch.
Mount Munch.
Yeah.
Before we started recording today, we went ahead and whipped up some cocktails. What do we have?
Tonight, we are drinking a strawberry hippo gin raff. That is spelled straw-berry hip-po-gin-raff. That's you can all look it up when you look for the recipe at our Instagram on Oz Hour Podcast.
Wow.
Good luck.
That's hip, hot hit. Yeah. Follow us at hip-dot. Okay.
Go ahead and turn on the subtitles for that one.
Let's slurp this. I'm going to take another drink. That's delightful.
Yeah, that is so good. It's giving spring.
Strawberry lemonade. Chapter 19. The Invisible Country. Exactly.
So the gang is traveling on toward Mount Munch, and everything is unusually comfortable for them.
It's giving quiet too quiet.
Yes,
At
calm
least
before the storm.
to
Very
Woot.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is going to be kind of annoying, to be honest, but just to go through it.
Woot is like, I'm afraid something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Well, yeah, so exactly, because Polly asked why, and he's like, well, whenever things are going good, like the weather's great, something terrible happens, and it's a sunny day. The path is like beautiful grass. Like they're basically walking in a meadow toward the mountain, and the mountain is straight ahead of them. They can literally see it in the distance. So he's
Easy
like,
peasy.
he has anxiety.
They're having
Yeah.
like an into
Actually,
the
he has
woods.
PTSD. Sorry.
He's having like an into the woods moment where he realizes that he's part of a story.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. He just became self-aware.
But yeah, Woot's like, it seems like all of our troubles are behind us and we're just headed right toward the mountain. It's a clear view, nothing in the way in these plains. Just feels too good to be true.
Yeah.
Well, if you thought someone was going to comment on his meat brain, you'd be right.
Strap in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm nothing like L. Frank Baum. I don't discriminate against meat and non-meat.
Yeah.
Hey, don't put that on L. Frank Baum. That's fully the
It's
Scarecrow.
true. Yeah, he's just a historian. But the Scarecrow does come in, and he's like, like your meat brain is inferior to a manufactured brain like ours. Like, we don't need to borrow trouble. Like, don't worry about it. And he says he would be ashamed if his brain went out of its way to think these thoughts uncontrollably. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, chill out, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, second of all, you went to Loonville.
Yeah, literally.
Woot wasn't unnecessarily concerned about that.
No.
What Woot thought was going to happen and worse happened in Loonville.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
And not to bury the lead here, or I guess in other words, not to do a spoiler, but something bad is going to happen to them in this chapter. I'll say it now.
Yeah.
So actually, it would be good
We
to be on
have
guard.
6
Yeah.
more chapters of this book. At least one more bad thing has to
It
happen.
has to happen. We
Yeah.
need a finale.
But so the Tin Woodman, he also doesn't have a brain, and he's like, yeah, I never think. I just let my velvet heart guide me, which is like your velvet heart full of sawdust.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
girl.
Also, wait, did you get a kind heart or did you get a velvet heart? Or did you get a loving heart? Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
why are they...
What does your
is
heart
this?
do?
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, well, Tin Soldier is like, well, my head is full of tin scraps or brains, and like, I don't like to think because they rattle around too much. But
okay.
I'm like, but then I'm like, well, what does Nick
like,
Chopper have in his
That
head?
made
He
my
doesn't-
brain hurt.
Like,
yeah, literally.
quiet,
I was like,
sweetie,
don't
the
talk
grown
about
up.
brains
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
grinding gears, no thanks.
The grown-ups are talking. We don't need your input right now.
Yeah, yeah.
The Scarecrow is like, look, there are plenty of thoughtless people, and they're better off than people that have useless or wicked thoughts that they can't control.
Which he's implying is Woot. Like, literally, he's like, it's better to be like totally thoughtless than to have bad thoughts like Woot.
No.
I just don't know what he's doing.
I don't understand why he's like acting like this. Honestly, I think he's getting like weary from travel or something. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, why are you doing
He
this?
always gets catty by the end of the
He
book.
does. But then he makes an analogy that's like kind of interesting. I think it's a
Yeah.
good thing for all of us to think about and like consider when we're feeling worked up, but it doesn't mean that not having a brain is better. But
Yeah.
he says like, okay, Nick Chopper, you have an oil can. You use your oil can to oil your joints when they're like getting squeaky and rusty. What you wouldn't do is just dump oil all over yourself if you don't need to oil. That would be a waste of like your important thing that you use to help you. So he's basically saying like borrowing trouble, having these like worries before something happens is just as ridiculous as dumping oil all over something that's not rusty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see what you're saying. I don't know why we're lecturing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I would fully tune out. I'd be like, oh, yeah, we're not communicating anymore.
Yeah.
Just keep talking.
We've already talked
You're
about
talking to yourself.
we have already talked about how we would not survive in this world
Yeah.
because it's just like I don't have time for this shit. I would get so angry with this. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm unstuffing you.
Yeah.
How's that?
Literally.
I'd be like,
I know
okay,
no one
where's my
dies.
matches? Where are my
Yeah,
matches?
show me your superiority.
I know technically no one dies, but I would be committing murders.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then, but they wouldn't be murder because they wouldn't die. interestingly, Hannah, what you said of just like, this isn't a conversation anymore. Like, you're not communicating to us. Polly laughs because she's like, she knows so much more about thinking than any of these mortals ever will. So she's just like in her own world, but everyone else is just silent because they're like, the Scarecrow is literally dragging us right now.
They feel
No
like
one
they're in
wants to talk.
trouble.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, all of them, none of everyone's in trouble, but especially the Tin Woodman and the soldier, they're just like, we didn't even say anything. And like now it's like we're also bad, but not as bad as Woot. Like, what's going on?
I wonder if like
bad as we.
I wonder if after the Scarecrow does shit like this and like everyone's just being quiet and not responding to him, I wonder if he's like, oh god.
Well, he doesn't say
too
Well, I was gonna
far.
say, yeah, he's not gonna use.
Okay,
his
he doesn't
brain for
borrow
that.
trouble,
Yeah,
doesn't
it'd be useless.
Me on Zola.
Yeah.
But Woot's walking ahead of the rest of the group, so they're like walking in silence for a while. And then I think he's like ready to like talk again, like, okay, full subject change. He turns around to look at the group and there is no one. They've all disappeared.
He's all alone.
What?
There's no bushes or trees around, so it's not like he lost sight
They're not
of them.
hiding.
They're like in a big meadow. So he's like, oh my god, where are they? He looks down and he can't see his feet.
This stops him in his tracks.
Yeah.
He puts his arms out in front of him. He can't see his hands.
Oh, fog.
He starts clapping his hands and stomping his feet like he's happy and he knows it. He can feel that they're there, but he cannot see his legs,
Phantom
his
limbs.
arms, anything. Yeah.
He's invisible.
He's Nessa.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well,
No, book Nessa.
well, oh yeah. That's true.
Oh yeah.
But except he
Vanessa.
can't feel them because he has arms. But he's just invisible. And he's like, what the hell? But suddenly, he hears a crash and a bang and a thud next to him. And the Tin Woodman cries out, good gracious. And the Tin Soldier is like, mercy me. Sorry.
Yeah, the Tin Woodman's just like, why aren't you looking where you're going? The Tin Soldier's like, I'm looking where I'm going. I didn't see you.
Yeah.
The Tin Woodman's like, I don't see me either.
Yeah. They agree that they can't see.
Okay. So you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, Woot can't see either of them, but he hears them just fine. Suddenly, something smashes against the back of Woot and knocks him over.
But it's just the Scarecrow. Apparently, because he just pushes him back off, and he's like, "What the hell was that?"
I'm like, how did that even knock you down?
I know, yeah. It's so it's so insubstantial that he just pushes him off. But then something else dances into him and then knocks him over for real. So poor Woot at this point. It's really just like a little comedy of errors here for a second
Yeah.
sort of deal.
And like, Polychrome obviously is what danced into him and knocked him down. And he's like, Polychrome, can you see us? Which I'm like, bro, she can see you, and she just came up behind you and was like, like, no, she doesn't see you.
Okay, can we like talk about how no one can see each
Yeah,
other?
none of us can see each other.
Let's move on to how to fix this
know.
now.
It is good to check in with your friends though when you've become invisible. Because, you never know.
Yeah, always do that.
Yeah.
If I ever look at you and go, guys, can you see me right now? Please be honest with your answer,
Yeah.
because I'm not in a good place. If you can see me, let me know.
We'll see.
Okay, not that this is what we need right now, but when I was really young, I don't know, like probably in like first grade, probably even before then, I would go to my grandma's house, and I don't know why this would happen, but I played this game where like I actually believed I was invisible because everyone would act like I was invisible, and I'd like hide places and like do crazy things, and they would just pretend I was invisible. I don't know. All I can.
That seems dangerous.
It does.
Honestly, 'cause what
like
if they-
me on the roof, just like
Yeah, like if they pretend you're invisible for too long, you're gonna start freaking out. You're like,
yeah.
hey,
Wait.
I know it
How
because
do I get back?
yeah, I'm just like I don't know what I did, but no, I know it because I like my mom's told me that before, like mentioned it like over the years, but I do remember hiding between like I guess standing really between the refrigerator and a cabinet, and my grandma like walking by like where she would have seen me, but she just pretended I wasn't there, walked out the door, walked back in like, oh, where's Wyatt? And like I'm not even hiding, I'm just standing. So that's what I remember. So I know what it's like to be invisible.
you were a creepy kid.
They told me it was their idea to make me invisible.
Like, what was I supposed to do?
Yeah,
Not be
they're like, "Where's
invisible?
Wyatt? Where's
Like,
Wyatt?" I'm like, "Why is
You're
he
just
invisible?"
like standing against the side of the fridge. There's like a swoop of hair over your eye.
No, I'm 3. So well, I don't know.
3-year-olds
how
have
that
hair.
was. Whatever.
The good ones do.
Anyway, so that's my aside about being invisible. But that all said, Polly is like, yes, like I can't see you, or I
All
guess,
5 of us are
yeah,
invisible.
like we've all become invisible. But sorry, go ahead.
No, you know what? I'll take the lead. I was about to be courteous, and then I was like, we're going to do
No,
that all
don't be.
night. We're going
Don't
to be
be.
doing that all night.
Take
No,
your
I
power.
insist.
You know what? Actually, no, wait. You go.
Okay. So Polly says, well, we don't have any enemies here. So like it's just some weird magic. Like there's nothing to worry about. Like there's nothing bad happening. It must just be this slice of the fairy country where things are invisible. And we just have to deal with it. Like
Yeah.
and she's like,
I sure
everyone's
hope
invisible. Exactly. I'm like, I don't know why she thinks that, but she has fairy instincts. So I'm gonna believe it
Yeah.
and say, okay, it's also, and not to jump ahead because maybe we'll talk about it a little more later, but it's giving the invisible country from whenever they go inside the earth with the wizard, and there's the invisible bears.
Well, so nothing else was invisible, though, just the bears, because that was in the
No,
Vo,
they
in
ate
the
the-
World of Voices.
Yeah, the Valley of Vo, because they ate the Dama fruit, or the Dama.
Oh, and it did make them
Oh.
invisible.
Yeah,
That's right.
but they wanted to be invisible because the bears wouldn't eat them then.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of giving that, but we don't know the rules yet.
Interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, Wally Womb. Polychrome's like, look, we just got to keep moving toward the mountain. Eventually, we'll probably be able to see each other again. If not, like
They can see the mountain still.
they can
Yeah,
still see the
yeah.
mountain. They
They can
see
see
all the
all the
trees. They
grass
see
and
like
stuff, yeah.
everything. Like the valley is still ahead of them, so they're like,
Okay.
let's just go. So she's like, let's join hands so we don't lose each other and
Yeah.
knock each other
Yeah.
over, and let's just keep walking.
Thank you, Polly.
So
Thank
Good
you.
plan. Good plan.
Woot gets up and he's like trying to find Polychrome's hand. He can't find it. He's like, Polly, where are you? And she's like, I'm right here. Like, just whistle, keep whistling until you feel me grab your hand. So Woot the whistler starts whistling,
Yep.
and Polychrome finds him and she grabs his hand. The Scarecrow can't get up by himself, so they have to find him because he can't whistle and pull him up to his feet.
I wonder if he could whistle. I know. Like, I don't know the rules. Like, a voice comes from moving your tongue around in your mouth, so why would a whistle... Like, if he can talk, why can't he whistle? But either way, they get him up. Tin Soldier and Tin Woodman have both stood up, but they both report that they're not feeling quite right. They feel unbalanced, and they don't understand why, but they can't see each other or themselves, and so they're like, this is weird.
Yeah, they're like, we can walk, so we'll walk, but just so you know,
Yeah, something's not
something's
right.
wrong.
And so as they're explaining this, Woot finds them and joins their hands. So now they're all in a little chain, and they just start, I guess they turn toward the mountain, and they start walking.
Yep, everyone's on their way. So the Scarecrow actually like grabs the Tin Soldier, and he's like, I don't know. I get you're not feeling well, but you better not be wobbly because we will not make a good team if you're wobbly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Tin Soldier's like, I'm not wobbly. It just feels like one of my legs is longer than the other.
What?
Can't see
something
what's going
strange.
on. Just limps along. Let's get
Unbalanced.
out of here. Now that everyone's in this daisy chain, they start heading off toward Mount Munch. And they're not walking for long when right in front of them, they hear...
It's not like that.
That's like an animal from Avatar or something.
Maybe that. Then they hear an extremely scary growl.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like, that's more like...
That was a reptile.
Yeah. Well,
What?
This could be reptilian. Who
Okay,
knows?
let me try again.
Okay. Can I try?
Sure.
No, that's
That's
not
like a
it.
snarl.
I mean, yeah.
Why?
Well, I can't do it, and I know that.
Terrible growl. Terrible growl. He heard.
It's a-
He's the only one who heard it.
It's a growl
apparently, 'cause he knows
unlike
we're
what
wrong.
exists in the world, so I know I can't do it.
Terrible growl. They stop in their tracks.
Yeah, they all freeze, and they don't say a word. Thank God. No one says a word, but then a voice does call out, and it kind of also growls, and it says, I smell straw. berries. No, just kidding.
Oh.
Just straw.
Wait, I was like, which one?
It says, I smell straw, and I'm a hippo giraffe who loves eating all the straw he can find. I want to eat this straw. I want this straw. Where is it?
Yeah.
Mouthful.
That sounds like an STD.
It does. It's also the inspiration for our cocktail. Because
The strawberry
giraffe,
hippo giraffe.
yeah. The
Strawberry
hippo giraffe wants straw.
giraffe.
But he does.
Oh, I see.
He wants to eat straw, or it wants to eat straw, and it says it's going to find it and eat it. So at this point, the scarecrow is starting to shake in his boots
But he
because
shuts
he's made of
the
straw.
Fuck
Yes,
up.
but he is silent. And they're just hoping the beast will all collectively are hoping it will move on and not find them.
Yeah, they're just keeping it down.
But it's sniffing out the straw, and it's snuffling along the ground.
No.
They hear it getting closer and closer.
Now remember, they're in a row, so it's Nick Chopper, Woot, Polly, Scarecrow, Captain Fighter.
Yeah. So the first one it gets to is the Tin Woodman. And
Mm-hmm.
they know that because its teeth grate against his arm. And the voice
He has
is...
an axe. Use it.
Well,
Literally.
you're right. Although he can't see, so he might axe one of his friends,
Oh,
I
my
guess.
gosh, yeah. I guess.
Literally.
But still, if he needed to, though.
Well, if it touched your fucking arm, grab something and fucking
Yeah.
start hacking.
Also says when it's in front of him and it's like breathing on him and like trying to bite him, Nick Chopper obviously can't see it, but he can tell this thing is huge.
Oh my god.
I wonder if
It's
they
like
can...
the eye is the size of his body.
Maybe like the neck is the size of his body.
Ooh.
But I wonder if they can see the depression in the grass where it's standing. They probably would be
That'd
able
be
to. I'm not
cool.
going to ask the question.
Oh.
In the movie, you would.
Yeah.
But yeah, the teeth scrape against the Tin Woodman's body, and the hippo giraffe is surprised and is like, "Oh my god, that's not straw." So
then
that
you
goes
move-
next in line.
Woot is next in line.
Uh
Meat boy.
Yeah.
oh. Yeah.
So
he seems
his
to be into
teeth
straw.
go onto the little Woot's arm.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. They don't. He smells it and he's like, "Ew, you're made of meat. I don't eat
Thank
meat."
God he didn't try to bite like he
One-
did.
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
Tin Man, because like
Yeah.
honestly,
I
when
guess
they
the
were when
tin
they were in
doesn't smell.
Loonville,
Mm.
Woot got a giant thorn
Yeah,
through his
true.
leg.
Honestly, Woot has been fucked every single time they've had an adventure. It was like he got stabbed with the fucking fork. He got chased by the panther.
Oh yeah.
And then-
he got sent to the dragons, and then he
Sent
got
to the
turned into the
dragons,
one thing that
almost
can't be
ate
turned
again.
back.
Yeah, and
He
then the
is-
one thing. Oh my god!
He is such a worrywart.
Oh my
See,
god!
it's 'cause
Honestly,
he
y'all
worried
need,
about all of that.
yeah, y'all need to let him worry, please.
But thankfully, this thing.
Woot the worrier.
Yes. Yeah, seriously. But yeah, thankfully the hippo giraffe says that he doesn't eat meat. He doesn't want that. So he keeps on going down the line.
So the hippo giraffe goes to Polychrome and sniffs, and he's like, "Sweetmeats and perfume, cobwebs and dew. There's nothing to eat in a fairy like you."
Don't
And
know
I'm
why he
like,
has to rhyme.
Hey, you don't rhyme all of a sudden. That's not
not
what
do
we're
that.
doing all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So obviously, who's next to Polly but the scarecrow who's full of straw?
Oh my god.
He does not want his straw to be eaten. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So he just ducks out, puts the soldier's hand in Polly's, and runs back to the other side and grabs the Tin Woodman's hand. So,
Oh.
okay. On one hand, I'm like,
That's
okay,
smart.
smart. On the other hand, I'm like, apparently the
still
hippo giraffe can
smell.
smell everything and hear nothing. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy, but
And you
It's the
know,
strongest sense.
you
Yeah.
know that the scarecrow getting to the other end of the line was like,
yeah, yeah, he's crunkling or whatever he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
So they passed the last farm. Like they can see everything in front of them leading up to the mountain for miles. Like there's no farmhouses, nothing. There's no straw, certainly. They've passed the last farm a while ago. If the scarecrow loses his straw, he's nothing. He's a bag.
Yeah, he's just clothes, which he's been before. But maybe we'll get there. But at this point, the hippo giraffe moves on to the tin soldier and is like, okay, what the hell? This is the last thing in line. There's no straw here, but I smell it. I'm going to hunt until I find that damn straw.
He's not giving up.
But he kind of like he's gone to the end of the line, so he starts kind of going the other way. And everybody kind of knows this somehow, and they all just start rushing forward in their line.
Good.
They're
Let's
get
like,
the fuck out of here.
let's
Just
run.
the smell
Good.
of straw
Walking behind him. Oh my god. Yeah. So they're running or like rushing for a while. They get to a point where Woot is like, I don't like the invisible country here because we don't know what's around us. We could run into another one of those things.
Yeah,
There
maybe
could
We could run into invisible bears, for example.
something that wants meat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. The Scarecrow is like, can you stop thinking about danger?
Oh my!
Yeah. I'm like, you
What the
almost
fuck
just
were
got
you just
eaten.
thinking about?
Yeah.
When you moved to the
Literally.
front of the line, what were you thinking?
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Because yeah. Sorry.
The Scarecrow tells Woot that if he thinks of some awful thing, then it's liable to happen. But if they all decide not to think about the danger, then it can't happen.
Okay.
He's like, you see?
He's a
and
manifester.
Woot's like, I can't see shit, bitch.
Yeah.
I can't see shit, bitch. Like it's like, what are you talking about? Exactly, manifestation. Were you manifesting a hippo giraffe to come want to eat your
Yeah, he's
straw
like, I
of all
just can't think of
things?
anything because then nothing bad will happen if I only think good things. Only good things will happen to me. Which I get the mindset, but Scarecrow, you're fucking crazy. You
Yeah.
take it to a new level.
It is crazy. I will say, it is kind of funny because the phrasing they use, like it is in the reality of it is crazy, but the phrasing that Scarecrow uses is that if nobody thinks about a bad thing, then that bad thing won't happen. Implying like if nobody in the world thinks about that thing, it won't happen, which is true. If no one thinks to do a bad thing, it won't happen. But you not thinking about it doesn't mean that someone else
Doesn't
won't think
avoid
about
it.
Yeah, it
Yeah, like-
doesn't make it does not make sense, but it is funny.
So they keep walking, and just as they suspected, they suddenly exit the invisible country. They can all see each other again. But they decide to keep holding hands anyway.
Queers.
Just for fun. But they don't get far because right in front of them they find is a long and deep ditch, basically running left to right. It's what we always run into in these books. There's a crevice in the ground that they can't cross, and it goes really far in both directions.
We really need a tiny spider to spin a web for us.
Yeah. Or what do they do in the last book where they like slingshot themselves into the mountains?
Oh
into
yeah,
the
the
twirlies.
spinning.
Yeah.
God. And also, this goes to show the fact that they came up to this deep, unpenetrable ditch goes to show that they're looking on ahead, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing that's going to come into their path. We've now had an invisible country and now a giant ditch. So looks can be deceiving.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
But yeah, they're at this ditch. It goes as far as they can see in either direction. And Woot's like, it's not super wide, but I'm not going to try
Yeah.
jumping it.
They can't jump it, and there's not trees around, so they can't make a little bridge. But Polychrome at this point just starts laughing, and she's like, "Oh my god, look at the tin men! Look at the tin men!" And they look, and they're sort of fucked up.
The Tin Woodman knew that there was something wrong with him, but now that he can see himself, there is a huge dent in his side, so he's just like bent left.
Yeah,
Oh.
the tin soldier's leg is also bent like inward, so he's like sideways a little bit, and it's from their collision. And they get in a little fight over it where like Tin Woodman's blaming the tin soldier for being
When they
careless.
like bumped into each other
Exactly.
when they're
Yeah.
invisible.
Which
Oh
I'm
my
like, that's the
God.
most trauma they've like. I'm just like, we've never gotten them bent out of shape before. How is that the thing that did it? Oh yeah, but no, but really, we've never had them get a dent or anything. Why did that never happen before? They've had more traumatic
Tin on
things
tin
happen.
crime.
I guess so.
But
They're not allowed to touch each other.
yeah, but they're upset with each other. It's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. And Polychrome can tell that they are about to piss each other off. So she's like, hey guys, no big deal. No big deal. We've all been through some stuff. We're going to have to fluff up the Scarecrow too. Everybody's got something that they're going to need when we get out of this situation. So let's get
Yeah.
out of
There we go.
this
Yeah.
situation.
She's like, I'll use my magic. I'll help, but like, let's get across the ditch. And Wood agrees.
Yeah, I wonder if she has magic that like makes bridges or anything like that.
Or don't ask.
Doesn't make
It's not gonna
sense.
happen.
But they're looking at the ditch and they're just pondering what to do. They're all kind of looking down, looking around.
And then they hear,
That's a nice one.
oh no, sorry, no, I did not mean to. I didn't mean to say that.
They hear a fierce growl right behind them. And they all turn around and they see walking out of the invisible country something strange.
There is this beast with thick, leathery skin and an incredibly long neck.
Like strangely long.
Why does everything have long necks?
The head is like broad, it's like wide and flat on the top. The eyes and mouth are really big, and the ears and nose are really small.
But its neck, you know how like E.T. has like the long neck where it looks normal, then it goes.
Ew.
It's like that. It's like leathery and like bunched up, but it can extend. So it has kind of a weird.
No, because
thing.
hold on, literally every description of this creature is
Is
E.T.'s
E.T.
head.
Yeah, flat head, big eyes, big mouth,
Oh
little
my God,
ears,
he
little
made
nose.
E.T.
L.
Ew.
Frank Baum designed E.T.
That's crazy. Okay, Steven Spielberg, call us up. Even though we don't own the copyright.
Yeah, we want to talk
and
about
it's
it.
public domain.
The
Anyway.
scarecrow is like, oh fuck, that's the hippo giraffe.
Oh, it is.
And he says yes.
That's why everything has a long neck.
Yeah.
They're the same thing.
I know what
There's just one thing that's
reveal. But he's like, yeah, I'm the hippo giraffe, and you are made of straw, and I'm going to eat your insides out.
Oh my God, he still wants to eat him.
I would eat your
Yeah.
heart.
So it starts just marching up to them, and it's huge. But the Tin Men both draw their weapons, and they're like, hey, no, you can't do that. We have
Yeah.
weapons. Stay away
They
from
say,
us.
back the fuck off, or we will chop your shit. And
Yeah.
he's like, would you really do that?
Yes.
And they're like, yeah.
yeah, that's our friend.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just said you
that's
wanted to
my
eat our friend.
best friend.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and the Tin Soldier's like, that's my best friend. The Tin Woodman's like, hey, settle down.
He wants to beat him so
great. It's
bad.
cool. But Hippo Giraffe sits down, and he's just disappointed. And he's like, he's really in his head. He's like, ugh, like I was really in a mindset to eat straw right now, and you guys are denying me the straw. It really sucks. Like, and like he's just basically, that's it. He's
Yeah.
just feeling bad.
The Hippo Giraffe is like, well, what good is the scarecrow to you or yourself or himself? Like, you guys can't get any further with that ditch in front of you. And Woot's like, we can go back the other way.
Yeah, we don't have to stop here, like, and wait forever.
The Hippo
Yeah.
Giraffe's like, yeah, I guess you could, and like that would be super disappointing to you, which I guess would make me feel better because I'm really disappointed right now.
Yeah. He's just being vindictive. But right across the ditch is some dried out grass. It's basically turned into hay. And so they're like, why don't you just eat that? Like, it's right over there. And he just complains that it's not as good as straw. He's like, straw tastes better. It's more nutritious. Like, I only
get
eat the
it.
straw
Okay,
when I
well,
have
someone's,
to.
like, actively using that straw right now.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah.
So just like wait until you find straw elsewhere.
Yeah.
They're like, go across, like just do it. And it turns out he can't actually, like, his body is huge and heavy. Like, he can't. It's a hippo body, a giraffe head. I assume.
Oh.
He
That would make
can't
sense.
jump across that ditch, but he can stretch his neck out and eat the hay, and he does from time to time. But he's like it's like, you know, if I put a carrot in front of you and I'm grilling on the back porch, you're gonna come see what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want that right now, but he eats it sometimes when he has to because it's like, you know, he has to eat to
He's a
live.
growing boy.
Gotta
Yes.
eat to live, gotta steal to eat.
Yeah.
That's
But then Polly has an idea.
what I'm talking about.
Polly has an idea. She dances over and she's like, hey, you can stretch your neck out. Could you let us like sit on your head one at a time, sit on your head and just ferry us across with your head? Like that would really help us. It would be awesome. And he says, oh, I could totally do that,
Oh, so
but I
he's-
won't do that
Oh, okay. I was
unless you
about
let
to
me
say.
eat the scarecrow. In his insides.
He's bargaining.
Yeah.
He is, which good for him. I mean, they're all bargaining now.
She's like, that price is too high. The scarecrow straw is nice and fresh and crispy.
Stop.
And
yeah,
it's
And
just
his-
pulled out of
his
the ground.
mouth is watering. He's like, "Girl, you are gonna make me eat that thing." Like,
He's like, you're actually not gonna have a choice here soon.
yeah. He's like, "That's why it's so fragrant."
Polychrome starts begging because like she's used her beauty to get out of several parking tickets, and she's like,
like, why is this
okay,
not working?
why isn't this working? He's like, babes, if you're gonna be stubborn, I'm gonna be stubborn too.
Girl, use your magic to make some goddamn hay or something.
Make him some toast on eggs.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, actually make him hay
Scram-
or ask him what he likes best.
Yeah.
Maybe
See,
he likes
this
something
is
better.
why this is the first book where Polly has been just like magic, and it's been ruining the story. It kind of pisses me off. Like,
Well, it's like Ozma having magic all of a sudden.
They
like,
just should have never given it to her.
yeah.
That's just
save that for the evil and Glinda.
Yeah, or there just has to be rules. But I personally think that they should just be like, Hippogriff, we're gonna cut you in pieces if you don't do this because we have swords and axes.
Yeah, you guys have weapons.
Yeah,
just cut
like,
his
just do
fucking
that.
Head off. Use it as a bridge.
Oh yeah,
and
be like,
move
we're
on
gonna
with
stretch
your
your neck
day.
out and use it. Yeah, but they don't do that.
That's sick.
I'll say no, they don't do that. But he
That's good.
says, he's like, hey, or no, the Scarecrow, sorry, speaks up after a long period of silence, and he says that he'll agree to the beast's bargain, and that that's the only way they can get across. It's their only way forward. And he says it'll be embarrassing to be stuffed with hay from the other side, like the dead grass, because he's always been stuffed with straw. But they'll find some straw down the road.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember when he was stuffed with money in the second book?
Oh
When
yeah.
they just stuffed him full of dollar bills?
Yes.
That's right.
I'm like, okay, well, you have, because he's like, I've always been stuffed with straw, and it's like, well,
no, you ain't.
except for that time.
Yeah.
Or when they he went under that underwater river he fell into with all the gemstones, and then they found his clothes, and then they had to stuff him a few days later or whatever after they dried him out.
That's right.
There's just times when he hasn't been, but it's
like
whatever.
Buck up, Buckaroo.
Give
yeah.
him the fucking
But-
straw and go stuff yourself with hay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going
So-
crazy, but he already agreed to it, so I'm not mad.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I
He's
do
like-
think he's making a bigger
He's
deal
like,
than
it
it
will
needs to
be so humiliating to be stuffed with stray, but what would also with
I was
hay.
like, excuse me.
He's like, but what would also be humiliating is that I would be depriving the Tin Woodman and the Tin Soldier of having the chance of going to get their bride. So let's just do the damn thing.
Yeah.
Which it's obviously their only option. So the Scarecrow. Oh,
He gets naked.
Yeah.
well, the hippo giraffe is like, that what a very honest and clever thing you just did. When I eat your head, I hope that I am half as clever as you afterward. And the Scarecrow is like, no straw in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
it's like
straw.
actually
Yeah.
that's my brain.
It's pins, needles, tacks. You can't eat that. That's what I
Yeah,
need.
It's actually poisonous, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah. But the hippo giraffe accepts. He's like, fine, whatever. Just give me your body.
Yeah, he's giving you enough. You don't need his fucking head.
Yeah. So they all thank the Scarecrow for his sacrifice, and they pull the straw out of him. And the hippo giraffe is so hungry, he literally eats it as they disembowel
He
him.
doesn't even savor
They're basically
it.
just putting it into his mouth
I
at
was
that
like, hold
point.
on to it so you're not like.
I know,
trying to
yes. Put a
attack
little bit
people all the
away.
time. Mix it in with the hay.
I was
going
gonna
to
say he should reach over and eat a little
Yeah,
bit of hay, and
supplement
then
it.
save some for later.
There we go.
It's a salad. Polychrome makes a neat little pile of the Scarecrow's clothes, boots, gloves, and hat, and she's like, "I'll carry these for you." And Woot takes the head under his arm, and he's like, "I'll keep it safe."
Play basketball with it.
Yeah.
Basketball is my favorite sport. But the Tin Woodman tells the hippo giraffe, he's like, "Hey, you have to keep your promise now. You have to carry us across." And the hippo giraffe says, "Why would I help you?" No, just kidding.
No, he
God.
says that was a delicious dinner, and then he does it. And he carries them over one at a time. It's very anticlimactic.
Mhm.
They're past the ditch, they're on the other side, and they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they're on, as soon as they're all on the other side, the Scarecrow's like, "The hay, cut the hay, the hay,
Yeah.
the hay."
Yeah.
The Tin Soldier's like, "I would love to cut some hay for you, but I'm going to fall. My leg is bent. I can't bend over and cut the hay." I'm like, hay gets yanked out of the ground quite easily. What is
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
Also, there's 18 other people there.
Yeah, it's like give
If
someone
you
else
really
your sword.
can't do it, give it to Polychrome.
Yeah. Or
Well,
well, yeah, go ahead.
Polychrome take the wheel because Woot's like, "Polychrome, isn't there anything we can do about the Tin Soldier's leg?" Apparently there is. She dances around without even replying to Woot. Woot thinks she didn't hear his question, but she's just thinking on it. And finally, she stops beside the Tin Soldier, and she tells him that she knows all about fairy magic, but she doesn't know anything about fixing things made out of tin, so she's going to try her best.
It specifically says she has to rely on the support of her unseen fairy guardians.
So they've been the ones who have
So,
been helping her with her magic
I'm
the
like,
whole time.
there's invisible fairies all around them,
And she's-
or what?
So how is she lost all the time?
Yeah, exactly. I just there's so
Tell
many
my dad where I
questions.
am.
I kind of like the idea of it. I think it's like cool that like, oh, there's like, it's like how she was like, oh, Mrs. Yoop was wearing a magic ring that only fairies can see. Like I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. So I'm like, it's cool, but I'm also like, why say it? Because it's not. I'll tell you now, it's not going anywhere.
I didn't really interpret it as they're surrounded by fairies. I interpreted it as like she has to call on like the ancestral fairy spirits for
It's like
power.
aquamarine with like a seashell.
Maybe.
Have you
It
guys
could
not seen
be.
that movie?
I've not seen that.
Oh my god.
I know the words.
It's a
Well,
color.
Aquamarine.
she's like a mermaid, and when she becomes human, she wants to like call her dad, and she uses it with a seashell,
Oh,
and
that's
so
funny.
yeah.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
Well,
I was like, it's giving that for some reason.
Cell phone.
yeah, Polychrome doesn't have a shell phone. But anyway, it doesn't really matter at all because all she does is she dances in a circle, puts both her hands on the tin soldier's leg, and she says, "Fairy powers come to my aid. This bent leg of tin is made. Make it straight and strong and true, and I'll render thanks to you." And then it's straight again. Great.
Great.
Okay.
The Tin Woodman is like, oh, fix the dent in my
Yeah.
side. I'm more crippled than the
I was
soldier
gonna say,
was.
He's arguably more fucked up than
Oh,
the
damn.
soldier. So Polly is already dancing. She touches him, says, "Here's a dent by accident. Such a thing was never meant. Fairy power, so wondrous great. Make our dear Tin Woodman straight." And he's like, "Girl, I'm never gonna be
Yeah,
straight."
not a day in my life.
No,
he said,
sorry.
wait.
Can bet your bottom dollar, girl.
But no, the Tin Woodman is then standing up straight, and he thanks Polly.
He
And
does a
he's
little
like,
strut.
"Yeah," he's like, "I will never doubt you." And then the Scarecrow's like, he's like, "The hay, please! The hay! The hay!"
Yeah, everyone
Like,
forgot about
his
him.
head is just screaming.
Hey, you're gonna get the hay.
Yeah. But Woot asks the soldier to cut the hay, and then a few minutes later, there's a big old stack of hay. And they stuff the Scarecrow. Well, Woot and Polly stuff the Scarecrow.
Yeah. It's not easy
Okay,
work.
teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something they'd never done before, though.
The hay packs together more than the straw does, so it's really tricky to make him even. And when they finish, the Scarecrow's arms and legs are kind of bunchy, and Woot is laughing at him, and he says he looks like a camel. But they do their best ultimately, and when they reattach the head, they ask the Scarecrow how he feels, and he's like, "I feel a little heavy and not very natural, but I'll get along until we can find some straw." And he's like, "Please don't ever laugh at me again, Woot. I'm going to regret doing this nice thing for my friends."
Yeah.
And I'm like, let him laugh.
Well,
Literally,
it was
it's
kinda
so
funny.
harmless.
he looks crazy.
You're
I don't know.
fine.
I did like the and this would be a morally bad thing for the Scarecrow, but I like the idea of just if people are doing nice things and helping you get along, you shouldn't laugh at them at the consequences that they have to suffer. And I'm like, okay, that's true. If Scarecrow sacrificed his ability to walk around straight for you guys to all continue your journey, maybe don't laugh if you
Just
think it's
say thank
funny.
you.
Yeah, it's a little rude, but I agree it's also harmless. And he looks insane. He looks like a
Let
camel
the
with big
Woot be
arms.
happy. He doesn't
Yeah.
want him having
Yeah.
bad thoughts, and now he doesn't want him having
Literally,
good
yeah.
thoughts.
Come
Scarecrow is a
on.
control
Sorry it's at your
freak.
expense, but
Yeah.
let the boy
I
smile.
love that you call him the Woot.
The Woot.
the Wanderer. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, they basically just start marching onward. Scarecrow's walking a little crooked, but it's not bad. The Tin Wood, well, it's kind of bad because the Tin Woodman and Woot both take an arm to help him as they're walking.
He's more clumsy than usual, and you know how he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. And Polychrome's just dancing.
She dances ahead, behind, off to the side.
Yeah,
She's
that's just
doing
her
her thing.
wont.
We're on the road again.
Yeah, we're off to see the Mount Munch.
On the road again.
And that is the end of chapter 19, The Invisible Country. And Blake, what would you cunt that?
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Stuff thing, I get it.
Oh.
Chapter 20, Overnight.
Sleepover.
Yeah. So they're marching along, wondering what's going to happen to them next. Woot is thinking that probably quietly and not complaining about it to anybody else, though. But they can tell they're getting closer to Mount Munch every hour. I mean, they know that they're on the way. There's they're
It's
getting close.
closer.
But as they've just been reminded, they know anything can happen to them. So we'll see about that.
The plain they're walking through, it's pretty broad. Again, as far as the eye can see, it just looks like a big stretch of land leading all the way to the mountain. And as evening approaches, they come upon this hollow where there's a tiny blue munchkin house. I guess a hollow in this sense, and maybe in all senses, I never knew this what it is, but it's like a depression in the land. So it's like they have to go down to where the house is. And then like when they want to leave the house, they have to go back up. Like it's in a little pit, basically.
Yeah, it's like a miniature valley, pretty much. Like it's just a little bloop. But they see the little house and they're like, oh, like we were not expecting anyone to live out here. That's so strange. There's a little garden, like little fields of grain around it. So, it looks civilized. And they're like, okay, well, let's go up. But the house, Woot notices, is very small. Like smaller than a normal house would be.
He's like, I wonder who lives in there. And the Tin Woodman's like, well, let's go knock and find out because it could be Nimiami's house. And Woot's like, oh, she a dwarf?
Because that house is tiny. And Tin Woodman's like, no, she's the size of like an average woman. And Woot's like, the Nimiami does not live in that house. That's a tiny house. But Scarecrow's like, hey, I think there's a straw stack in the back. Like, I don't really care about Nimiami being here or not. Let's go see if there's someone at the house and get the straw if we can.
Okay.
So they walk down to the house. There's a little like kind of hill, hill, I guess, like, ledge they go down to get into the hollow. And they find that the door is just barely higher than Woot's waist. So very small, like waist high door.
They're
Crazy.
not going in.
And no, they will not be going in.
Woot knocks, no response.
Knocks
Woot-
again.
They don't hear a damn thing inside this house.
He knocks again and still no reply.
Polychrome's dancing around through the garden, and she's like, hey, guys, there's smoke coming out of the chimney. So, okay, someone's in there. Someone lives there, at least.
So Woot knocks again because now they know someone is there.
Yikes.
And I know, it's like you're harassing these tiny people.
Yeah, it was like maybe they don't. All they see out their peephole is knees.
Yeah, literally.
Maybe you don't want them to come out.
Yeah,
That
also
too.
that.
They just come out like, but with knives.
But
Very dangerous.
But then a window on the side of the house, the shutter goes up, or not the shutter, it just opens up, and a head pops out. And it's not the head of a person. The head is white, covered in coarse hair, little eyes, wearing a blue sunbonnet. And Woot exclaims, "It's a pig!"
It's a pig!
And the pig is like, "Excuse me, I'm Mrs. Squilina Swine, wife of Professor Grunter Swine." And she was like, "This is my house. What do you want?"
I'm the owner of this house. But Mrs. Squilina Swine is like, what is it that you want? And the Tin Woodman, rather than answering the question, is like, what sort of professor is your husband? She's like, Professor Grunter Swine is the professor of cabbage culture and corn perfection. He's very famous in our family. And if he traveled the world, he would probably be famous
he'd be
too.
even more famous. But she also was like, but he's very dangerous, and he files his teeth to needles every morning.
Oh my god.
And if you're butchers, he's gonna attack you. So hope you're not butchers. Are you butchers? And the Tin Woman's like, no, we're not butchers. Like we promise.
Like half of us don't even eat.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's like, well, half of you have axes and swords on you, so are you butchers or not? But he's like, nope, that's just our weapons because there's
Yeah,
enemies
you're
out
allowed
here.
to have those.
Yeah, this is
without
an
being
open
a
carry
butcher.
country. Yeah.
Woo is like, Hannah, sorry.
Whoa.
Well, because she's
I'm
a
in the
sow.
book.
Because she's a big old sow.
I would say I was like, I actually like want my name to be Mrs. Swine.
Oh,
Oh,
Hannah Swine.
I'll call you
Hannah
that.
Swine.
It's fine. But he's like, look, there is no reason for you to be afraid of us. The Tin Men and the Scarecrow never eat. Polychrome eats dewdrops and cobwebs, apparently. And he's like, and I'm actually pretty hungry. But there is plenty of food in the garden.
Yeah, assuming he can eat it. But Professor Swine then appears, and he peeks out, and his teeth are gnashing. And I'm just kidding. He's
Oh my God.
very meek.
It's like
He-
chewing on the wood.
Yeah, no, I don't think he really, I don't think he really files his teeth. He is very like coy and timid, and he has big rimmed or big glasses.
How often do butchers come through there?
I mean, it's happened at least once, I guess, as we'll find out. But he looks at them and he's like, no, like, you're definitely not butchers. Like, I believe you, which is good because, like,
Maybe they escaped the butchers.
that's what it seems like.
But he's like, it's a good thing you're not butchers, because if you were...
Yeah.
But since the house is so small, the pigs like can't invite them inside, but they're like, hey kid, you can eat whatever you want from the garden.
Mhm.
You guys can stay all night, but like leave by morning. We're quiet people. We don't care for having company.
Yeah, they live out there for a reason, it seems. So the friends all walk over to the shed. Woot says that they're very respectable for being pigs.
The scarecrow asked for some straw, and they were like, yeah, go for it.
Oh,
so
that's
now
right,
we're
yeah.
going to get the straw.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very giving.
yeah. But Captain Fighter, for some reason, is like, well, I'm glad they didn't invite us in because I'm awfully particular about the kind of people I interact with, and I don't want to associate with pigs.
Whoa,
my
whoa,
God.
And I'm like,
whoa,
okay, you're a tin
whoa.
man. You're literally a monster.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
He
I
is.
don't think anyone wants to interact with you so badly either.
Yeah,
so.
literally.
They start taking the hay out of the scarecrow, and he's relieved because as he's been walking, like, the hay bunched up and it sagged. It made him all lumpy and awkward. And the scarecrow says, I'm not a proud man, which, yes, you are. But the scarecrow just prefers the manly figure that only straw can accomplish. And he's like, God, I just have not felt like myself. So they finish up restuffing him with the nice, crisp, golden straw, and he looks better after the operation.
Yeah, he dances a little jig,
Sort
falls
of.
over, yeah, but he's fine. Woot eats a bunch of vegetables, and then he's like, I'm going to just sleep under the straw tonight.
Honestly, after like eating like cream puffs for 3 days
Oh my
and then
God, yeah.
nothing for a day, those vegetables probably are so
Yeah.
nice.
He's eating like turnips and carrots,
He's
so
just
that must be very refreshing. But the Tin Woodman and the Straw Man, or jeez, I said the Straw Friend. The Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow just stand silently. Polly dances in the moonlight with her fairies. And then at daybreak, the 10 men are like oiling themselves and each other. They actually are though. They've made up and they're like oiling each other's backs
me
and like
watch.
polishing. Yeah.
Let me watch.
Exactly. But Woot eats crisp radishes and lettuce for breakfast, which sounds so good. Polly slurps up some dewdrops off some wildflowers.
No.
Also does sound kind of nice. And they basically start off again.
Yeah, as they pass the house, they like call a goodbye to Mr. and Mrs. Swine. And the pigs open the window and stick their heads out to like wish them a pleasant journey.
Yeah, very
And
polite.
For some reason, the scarecrow is like, do you have any children? Which is a super weird question,
Yeah.
but I'm glad he asked.
Yeah, because the professor answers that they do. They have 9 children.
Oh my gosh.
Hannah, can you think of any set of 9 pigs that you've ever heard of before?
Oh my god. The wizard's pigs.
The 9
Indeed.
tiny piglets.
The woman of the house says, yeah, our 9 kids, they don't live here. The wizard came by years ago, or a long time ago, offered to raise them, educate them, and they've been in the Emerald City for a really long time now.
Yeah, which is so interesting because they're so afraid of butchers, but they just gave their 9 pigs to an old man.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
The Tin Woodman's like, the 9 tiny piglets? Yeah, I know the 9 tiny piglets. And
I
this-
know them well.
Yeah, the Scarecrow's like, no, I do too. They live in the Emerald City with the wizard. He takes great care of them.
Yeah.
He teaches them all kinds of tricks. And Mrs. Squilina Swine is like, did they ever grow up?
Yeah, she has like tears in her eyes. Like, this is the first she's hearing of them.
Oh, she
But
misses her kids.
Scarecrow's like, no, of course they didn't grow up. No one grows up in Oz. They're
Idiots.
still the
That's-
same age as when you gave them away to a stranger.
But he's
Oh,
like, it's a-
everyone forgets it like how I forget it.
He's like, it's a good thing they didn't, though, because they wouldn't be nearly as cute if they got any bigger. And Mrs. Swine's like, well, are they happy?
And the Tin Woodman says yes. Everyone in the Emerald City is very happy, which is a bland answer. He could have been more specific or mentioned how they all almost got killed
How
both
they're
underground and
famous.
almost got eaten by a cat. But either way,
Tell her about how he squishes them all into one pig.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Maybe leave that part out.
She won't understand.
But at that point, they say their farewell. They climb out of the little hollow, and they're basically back on the road to Mount Munch.
Let's go.
Yeah, and that is the end of chapter 20. Overnight. And Blake, what would you call that?
These little piggies stayed home.
They went to the Emerald City.
No, the other
Oh,
two.
those. Thank Thank you for listening to Oz Hour. Please join us next time as we continue with Chapter 21, Polychrome's Magic. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Oz Hour Podcast for the latest on everything Oz. Oz Hour, created and hosted by Blake Stone and Wyatt Swanger. Co-hosted by Hannah Aguirre. Audio production by Charlie Johnson. Theme written, music, and performed by Rudy Klobus. Cover art by Valentin Lucas.